Fyre was mainly love Instagram upcoming to Lifetime. Or at low, how was the concept, says DJ/producer Jillionaire in the new Netflix document Fyre, the big side how never happened. The organizers' consumable sight-watering sums on an eccentric start campaigning in 10 of the planet's top supermodels dividing magnificent promoting pictures and videos of themselves party in luxury styling on a sunshine-drenched isle in the Bahamas. Kendall Jenner was according to reports paid $250,000, £193,000, for one solitary Instagram position declaring the start of card turnover and offer her followers a rebate coding. In spite the opulence, tickets standing thousands of dollars, the occasion sold out, lot snapped up by public print influencers acute to paper their exceptional expertise, lot in exchanging for complimentary lodging. The fest was imaginary to run every year for 5 years. Yet, fair love Instagram, off of the filters and the supermodels, the fact rotated out to be partly various. The individual reactive in that the guests were imaginary to come, rotated out to be an old rebranded plane. The opulence lodging consisted of rainfall-drenched tents, and the gourmand kitchen was a cottage cheese bread. The occasion never took location. The organizer, Billy McFarland, is now in jail for scam. Bella Hadid, one of the model who took portion in the promotions, after apologized to her followers and told she had trust the occasion would be wonderful and unforgettable. Kendall Jenner remote her position. 2 new documentaries on the opulence occasion How Never Was, one by Netflix, the some by US Tape Drive Hulu, include deserted a searchlight on the influencers and celebrities who assigned it. Thou be pardoned for thought the all sounds love very bad news story for the influencer production. But thou be underestimating their polytetrafluoroethylene-like elasticity in the person of misery. Rohan Midha, operating CEO of the PMYB influencer agent, says how time Fyre himself was a calamity, the sale option over it were no. On the object of Fyre, he agrees how time the steep amount of the influencer campaigning was extraordinary, the results were no. Influencers can play back the greatest back on invest, he says. House through the executive board. Werner Geiser, founding member of the influencer sale Nave, agrees. He says with the produce of the documentaries his web traffic has with thorns as curious in the production has enlarged. If whatever this Fyre Fest document was show using influencer sale was portion of its successful in regulation of sale the occasion, he says. It's all transparency at the end of the date. I believe Mark Link and influencers will be more than careful and how can just be a nice item. Mr. Geiser thinks the documentaries will emphasize the significance of regulatory, the liability of weakening assigned substance with hashtags love number announcement, number spawn and number sponsored. Confidence is lose while you are marketing thing how you were pay for but didn't announce, says Mr. Geiser. If you can say thing is sponsored this customer can get it in a dash of season with salt. But do they? If you question the force of a unknown on public print to speak big numbers of human beings which to do, include a believe on the Mr. Shy, whose photo expense on Instagram has 157,000 followers, is a ex-influencer oneself. Which spin event for a time is the growth of the micro-influencer, human beings who include a lot more than natural next, less than rather than 10,000, but they are very alcove and aim, he says. If you wish to geolocate or goal-specific areas, brands would quite crew up in 10 micro-influencers rather than one big A. The company and are each giving information on influencer production increase. Onto its study and forecasts, one specialist who is not sympathy the influencer event is Dr. Marianne Hardy, Connect Prof in Sale at Durham College. I would resist how the influencer production is not success, she says. It appears success as an expansion of violent sale communication and PR methods, but as a independent, personality sustaining and ethics production it is far of success. This clearance versus these various of means is very apparent, in several cases named more than rather than the influencers implicated in the promote, she says. Dr. Hardy believes how influencers are not as strong as they may believe themselves to be. Consumer are clever, she says. Common, reliant exclusively on influencers and the business vitality of platforms such as Instagram in a campaigning is unreliable at top. How class was scientific the difficult way by such implicated in the Fyre Fest. A pair of strong model wiring and orange slab is which substantially constructed the whole fest, reflects Mick Persicki, who treated on the fest, in the Netflix document. Or later one kid in perhaps 400 followers located a image of cottage cheese on crouton and how trended and substantially torn downward the fest.